Hi everybody, my name is Julie Michelle. I'm on day 2 of a 3-day documentary filming I'm part of. I'm being filmed along with a little over 20 strangers, and they're all over the political spectrum. We actually were strangers at the beginning, starting yesterday. Had no idea who was what their views are, or each other's views are, or their thoughts, stances, or anything. Never met each other. We met yesterday. It was pretty interesting. A lot of people that were there yesterday were kind of, like I said in yesterday's video, they's kind of in their own little circle by themselves, which I'm kind of that way myself anyways. By themselves, as they was coming in or whatnot, they was kind of gathering wherever, sporadically. That's kind of what I did too, because I'm extremely shy on that sense, but that's how it is. Today, since we met yesterday, we kind of know a little bit who's who, just by, we all had name tags, so we knew who was what. We had 2 teams. I'm not good with the team portion of it. I mean, I'm good with the teams. I'm not good with the grouping of things in life in general. Oh yeah, I got my bracelets on, Lavoie, and my shirt. It says Faith. Got complimented on that. I was told you're a little bold about what you think and your stances and things. I said, yeah, sorta. I said, I am a rallier. I'm an activist. I show it some of my clothing. I do have patriotic clothing, hats, shoes, blah, blah, blah. But anyways, but as in verbal, no, I'm not very bold. But this is bold for me. Very bold for me. Like I said in the other video, I'm not good with the talking part, but I'm doing better. Still, he's like, spit it out, Julie. Spit it out. I have been praying before I do anything, just so I can kind of flow. Try not to be too choppy, I guess you'd say, in what I'm trying to get out of my voice. But hey, you do what you gotta do, and that's what I'm doing. So face your fears, be a blessing, but face your fears. That's what I'm doing. And well, today was a little tense in some sense, and a lot of relief in some sense. There was a lot of mixed emotions. I cried. Look at my eyes. I am tired. I can't wait until I fall asleep. Couldn't sleep last night. Nerves and excitement and just the unknown was there. And sleep, just was there. So hardly any sleep. Not enough coffee. But look. Timmy's. I didn't get Chipotle today, which is fine. I was excited and blessed that I got some yesterday. It was so cool. Sorry. But it was cool. The chips and salsa, several years ago, it's been since I had it. And I usually get 1 bag of chips that they sell and 3 other salsas. Num, 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 num. And not counting the burrito bowls, so that was cool. I got to build my own burrito bowl and things like that. So that was yesterday. Today we had bagels with lunch meat, different types of bagels, rye bagels, plain bagels, that kind of thing, and different meats and cheeses and condiments and things like that. You can build your own. So that was cool. They did have lots of coffee, so that I was blessed there. Took that to advantage. But I got my Timmy's too. Okay, back today. Lavoie went with me. Got my bracelets. Got a couple pins left. I gave another one away. One of them I'm mailing whenever I get a chance to. I'm still doing this. I got another day of this. which is pretty cool. I'm liking this, and it's very enlightening. Still got my oops, upside down. This is not good. Still got plenty of these, and plenty of these. Gave some more away today. Some of the people that I interacted with today that I may or may not have interacted yesterday, because a lot of us was reserved from each other per se, like trying to fill each other out, I guess you'd say. Actually asked me again about Lavoie, and I explained to them, and they're going to actually do some more research on their own, or do some research. They kind of knew. I don't know. It's kind of like folk tale to a lot of people. Not a lot of people. I shouldn't say that. For a couple of people that I've met today and yesterday, it was kind of like, it's not like folk tale. It's kind of like a distant story or message when it comes to Lavoie and our Patriots. So I got 3 so far that's going to dig deeper into it. And see what the story is all about. I'm in Ohio, so we do what we got to do. Can't be in Oregon. Well, I can't say I can't, but financially, at the stage I'm at, I can't be there physically in Oregon or Nevada or things like that. I've just can't. But spiritually, I'm in my heart. I'm with you guys, and I'm still trying to spread the word the best I can. Right or wrong, this is the way I'm doing it. I multitask anyway, so if I go to a rally, I take constitutions and wear Lavoie items and things like that. Got my cross. Yay, cross. Anyways, that's that. There were some emotions, some kind of climb out your chair type emotions, like something was said, not towards or against anybody, but their views was totally off from what another person or whatnot would agree with, and you kind of got, oh, gonna get out of the chair, but they didn't. They just kind of lift a little bit, and you can tell, I'm shifting in my chair type thing, but you can tell that's not what it was. It's like, oh, let me play it off. I'm shifting on my chair. It was already one of those takeoffs, like, oh boy. But that didn't happen. But there was some of that. Then there was some tears and crying. As you can tell, I'm tired. I need toothpicks, but we're going to do this. Kicking and screaming, because America needs to understand all aspects of things. I also took some notes. A few notes. Not all the notes. Just some to kind of get some people a generalization of what we're kind of going through. Was told this couldn't happen, and it's happening, and it has happened. We got through day 2 where you could get all the political stances together without, I don't know, strangling somebody or something. That's the best way to say it. Anyways, we was put into groups. Groups, I guess, is okay. I'm kind of like, I don't like the grouping part though. I like team player type things. I'm probably overthinking this, but that's just how I think. I'm more individual of a group, an individuals in the groups. That's how I want to see or understand. I don't like the grouping part, and when I'm meaning by that, say a girl broke up with a guy broke up with a girl, blah blah blah. Guy says all girls, or girl says all guys. No. It's a particular instance, issue, whatever. It's the particulars, not the all worldwide group type thing. I'm not good with that. And it just, when we was doing these group things, we was doing it as a group, but my stance was I'm doing it as individual. So when answering questions and stuff, I'm like, okay, am I doing this as an individual or as what a group that I'm in is perceived. You know what I mean? Kind of. That's kind of that thing. But you got a bad apple. Not, in most groups, bad apple. But a lot of people will look at that group as a whole and say that bad apple, the whole group. No. That bad apple just lost a worm, I guess. But it's not the whole group. That's where I get, I don't know, the tunnel vision, or I start blanking out, like, no, it's not the whole group. But anyways, two groups. Red was the right side, or Republican, or for Trump. Blue side was Democrat, against Trump, Democrat. That kind of thing, or left, however you want to look at it, or close to those natures into those groups. Then you had 20 strangers, 10 on one, over 20, but 10 on one side, 10 on the other. Different ages, different race, different genders, just different everything. Guy, girl, immigrants. We had immigrant. At least I know one was an immigrant, or two may have been, but I didn't get to that part. I just wanted to know them as a person. But the one that I do know that was an immigrant has been here 20 some years. Whether he's legal or not, I don't know. I didn't get that detail, but I do know it's at least 20 some years. So that's how that went about. Anyways, I took some notes. Generalizing. We tried to see the special challenges each side faced, what each side felt they faced, or what each side felt the other one faced. The special challenges, to get a better understanding and the goals of these challenges on how to overcome them, on both sides. The red was wondering about the blue, blue was the red, and vice versa, how they got through it. Better Angels is part of this documentary, is another one that's doing part of this. It's the name of the network, I think it is. But Better Angels is part of this too. But then again, we're just looking at special challenges. How do we overcome those challenges? How we overcome them, or how they overcome their challenges, or vice versa. We was just trying to get into here. Trying to get here and here. Trying to see where each of us got to where we're at. Make sense? Because, that's how we need to know. Trying to take our blinders off, get out of that tunnel. Kind of like get out from the plexiglass. There was a scenario. Our goals was, there was a coach, or he had done coaching, I don't know what sport, but had been a coach of one time or another. And he said, and we all agreed actually, that it's the first time that we're having kind of like a locker room pep talk. Not to say let's win this or let's not lose this. Kind of like let's tie. That's kind of how we was all looking at it. And it was a good scenario. Like, it's not about who's winning it or who's losing it. Let's get to tie. Let's tie. Let's have a locker room. Let's tie. Not saying, persuade one side or the other, but the understanding, you know what I mean? Why or how or, that kind of thing. But we listened to a review of ourselves and the others. What are the common and false misguided stereotypes that one group felt that the other one had towards them, or how others, or they perceived about their own selves? So we did it that way. We did a fishbowl thing where the blue group was together discussing, topics and views and likes and dislikes of a candidate, political, of Donald Trump or Republican side at all. And then the red team was around them, listening to how they discuss things and overcome things and things in their discussion. And then it was reversed. The red team was talking amongst themselves while the blue team was observing them. How do they get to their conclusions or opinions or views? How they was just, seeing how, or we were, however, seeing how that group got through obstacles or over, or however. Can't get through it, go around it, or over it, That's how I look at things. What leads each to oppose some of the policies that's going out on either right or left side? How they get to their opposing of those, or how it's done. What is each individuals and or groups reach or have concerns or reservations about things? That was another thing we was trying to do. That was pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And then how each as a group and individual felt what was interesting about what we had went through or discussed or whatnot, or what we learned from one or the other, or even ourselves. In that matter, we're learning from ourselves too. Like, wow, I was thinking that wrong or something. That's what we're doing. What surprised each of us, either as a group or as an individual, you can tell I'm more of an individual, but what surprised us about what we have experiencing or are experiencing at this point, or with each other. So that was pretty cool. Why do one or the other oppose the current president? Whether they were for the president or against the president, is there anything that they oppose? Whether it be the president himself, which would be Trump at this point, or the policies that he is trying to push or get across. What are the oppositions on both sides, whether you're right, left, blue, red, Democrat, Republican, conservative. No, it was pretty intense and interesting. There was some talk that I believe there's socialists and capitalists going on in here, in our government. I also, which was surprising, we was trying to find out what our fears were for the side or beliefs that we're at. So let's go with the Democrat side, or the left, or the blue side. It was interesting to say that they felt left out. Not that they're owed anything, left out, but they felt that their party didn't care about them. The Democrats did not care about their people. They really felt that way. They didn't think that the Democrats stood up for them, didn't think they fought for them, and then any issues or positives, they didn't own it. It's kind of like they just, pushed them to the side. They felt that way. They really did, and it was interesting to know that, or to hear that that's what they felt about the Democrats of their own party, that they felt like they weren't standing for them and they weren't fighting for them. They just dropped it off. They was being ignored by their own party. They said it was like a weak position. And so that was pretty, I don't know. They said that their Democrat party didn't have a backbone for them, the people, or, us, the people. So that's how they were feeling about their own side. And we kind of agree on that. We was just shocked that that's how they felt about their own party. Which, it happens because Republicans or the red or the right or the conservatives or kind of that group felt that it's a tit for tat. It's a saying that's going a tit for tat. So prior to this election, it was Democrats being the majority. And the Republicans were fighting against them when they were in lead. We're not going to pass this. We're not going to do this. We're not going to blah, 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 blah. We're just not. And that's, what they were up against. At the same time, now that the Republicans are the majority, we feel that that's going to continue on to where the Democrats, or however you want to look at that scenario, the left or whatever, is going to do that now towards the Republicans. Nope, we're not passing that. Forget it. We're fighting you tooth and nail, truth, lie, whatever. And as a whole group, none of us want that. We're done with that. We're trying to get a common ground. The Democrat side or the blue side, the red side, Republicans, and the whole mixture agree that we don't want the tit for tat. Who has the bigger than the other, or by gosh, you didn't do it and I'm not doing either. That kind of thing. It's the divide, the diversity. We're work together, so we're all in agreement with that. That was there. That was awesome. They're awesome. It was heartfelt or a personal, not like an attack, but to actually hear a party say that they felt their party had no backbone or stance for them, and just kind of just left them there, just whatever. We got what we need. We don't care. Government needs change. No matter where we all stand, we all agree that the government works for us. They're overreaching. They're overpowering. They work for us. They work for us. We don't work for them. So we all agree on that situation. It's pretty, there's some similarities. There's differences too, and that's okay. We're not the same. If we was the same, world would be boring. It'd be like over and over, and like zombies. No. Don't want to be zombies. Individuals that can work together, for the most part. Immigration, both sides have their stance on the wall thing, or differences and similarities. Actually, not everybody is agreeable that this wall should happen. Why spend more money on something like that was brought up when we can use it somewhere else, like infrastructures and things like that? But we are in agreement that on both sides or all around that there is a security situation going on, immigration wise. How can I say that one? Okay. The left side, Republicans, not all of them, not all of them, but a lot of them are against the immigration, getting them out, or getting them out of America, which is understandable in a lot of sense. So the question came for them, okay, if you're not agreeing how it's being done, and I'm not saying everybody's agreeing how it's being done on either side, there's ups and downs, how would you think it should be done? If it's not being done, if that's what you're wanting, how do you feel it should be done, if at all? And that was pretty cool. That one's kind of a spinner, though. It came across, well, it happened back then. It got this far. It leveled out. So many years. Start all over again. It's like a gerbil wheel type thing. Okay. Why continue to do the gerbil wheel thing? What can we do? Or, what can we do to stop the gerbil wheel, the reoccurrence, recurrence? How can we avoid doing that? We're not understanding how yet on either side, but we all do know that something has to come. We have to come up with something to stop this immigration, illegal immigration type thing. On the Republican side, when it came to immigration, it's not like it came up that it's not they're against immigration. It's a fear of their security, their safety, or a safety involved. If we can't fix it to where we're all secure, on the immigrations back and forth. We're all in agreement that if they're legal, yes. Yes, by all means, come live with us, be part of whatever, legally. Or do the steps to become legal, I guess you'd say. And I guess that process takes a long time, I've heard. Which I don't know the details of becoming a legal immigrant, but I heard it was really intense and long, and I guess it's a long process. So then it was the fear of being deported before they can actually become that legal immigrant, like the breaking up of families. I guess something actually happened where a mother was deported. I don't know, but that's what they was discussing in Cincinnati, that a mother was pulled from her children who are American, and I think her husband may or may not be American. I didn't get that whole scenario, but she got deported back, and she was a worker, and she contributed, and she had her family was born, and her children and whatever. That's heartbreaking. And we all agreed on how the heartbreaking part of that is. But then the legal sense, we have laws. So why would it be okay to break the law here and not there? Then that's just where, where it's, there's laws out there, either fix them, change them, or what have you, but don't ignore them. So if we're going to ignore it for one, but not the others, and that's where we agree that that's not right, but where can we, or it's not so bad, I guess you'd say, because, this person got deported, and they're trying so hard. All they're Americans, we understand that, but they're getting deported, but because they did actually break the law by being illegal. But yeah, let's let that one slide, where the feelings do come into play, and it's like, yeah, it happens. It's like, oh gosh, that's the morals and things. It could play. Yeah, we have this person and we're kicking them out, so we're making special things. So we kind of need to fix something there, I guess, to where it's not so harsh. Look, that one was harsh, I would have to say, because I'm a mom. So to be snatched away from children because you're illegally broke the law by being here. But that's where the visas kind of come play when they expire. Kind of get them renewed, or do what you got to do with your visas. But I don't know. I'm not an expert on the visas, so I can't really get it. But you kind of get a sense of where that is. Maybe. Yep. Where, okay, left hand, it's illegal. Right hand, it's not. Okay, well, we got a lot of people that are, and there are a lot that aren't. So the line. Where's the, where the line is right there. So that's understandable. So we kind of both agree on that one, but when we all agree that something needs to be fixed, whether it's the visa process or something. I don't know. Something needs changed somewhere, because, yeah, that can be touchy. Religion kind of came up and kind of dipped it. It came up when it comes to abortions, per se. Okay, let me kind of get a well-rounded what I'm trying to say about the religion. Okay, government. We have corrupt government. Everybody agrees with that. Overreaching government. Yeah, they're just plowing through America, and we need to stop that bulldozer. In the same sense, religion can be and is just as corrupt and dictatable. Different people's beliefs when it comes to religion. I don't know. Saying religion to me is like corporate government, I guess. They're diluting, I guess, the true meaning of a religion, and kind of say, like, there's so many religions, to say. You got the Buddha, you got Catholics, you got Christians, you kind of get that. You got all these different, some people believe in God, some people don't. God, I'm not saying they don't believe a God. It could be Buddha. It could be the powers to be. It could be a different name. I don't know. Do you understand that part of it? But religion has been so photocopied, I guess. And when you photocopy something, and you photocopy that something, and then you photocopy that something, and it gets either bigger or distorted or runs off the page. It's kind of what religions is becoming. And there's a difference between believing and knowing, too. And it's all up to the individual. My case, I am very spiritual. Very spiritual. I believe in God and Jesus. Not only do I believe them, I know. But who am I to say that my God